Hi guys, I am going to be teaching an intermediate sculpt class. It is May, it is booty and leg month, so this class definitely has that lower body focus. For this class, start out with everybody doing footwork. We have the ball and weights to add a little bit of intensity, 4 to 5 springs on. Start by having everybody lay back onto the mat, settle into their space. And then for the ball, I brought it up a little higher actually because I want to target this VMO muscle, this vastus medialis obliquus, this medial quadricep, okay? So I put the ball there, which sometimes we put the ball right in the middle of the thighs, up closer to the pelvis. But today I wanted to get that VMO fired up for everybody, okay? So heels on, parallel stance. We started to press out and in with a bicep curl. Big inhale through the nose to push out. Exhale through the mouth to come back in. Trying to keep the ball as stable as possible. Okay, find your neutral. Hips and ribs are heavy, little space in the low back. After 30 seconds, I brought everyone in about halfway, started to pulse on that ball. Now we were here for 30 seconds in this pulse and squeeze and release. I walked around and tapped on some people's ball. I said, squeeze it harder because it doesn't even look like they're squeezing. After 30 seconds, push out, come in. Weights go right on the hips because this is our sculpt class. So we're going to superset up and down. And actually for the first round, we did articulation. So tuck, peel, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, squeeze the ball, roll back down. Feet are pointed forward, relax the toes, squeeze the ball, and down. After your 30 seconds, then we went to the arches. Okay, elbow taps, press out, punch up, bring it in, tap down. Relax the toes with this round. Again, find that inhale. Big exhale. Blow out all the air, connecting with the core. Halfway hold, pulse the ball. So with these pulses, keep tension in the spring as we dig a little deeper into that VMO muscle. Okay. And then press all the way out. Come back in. Keep the arches on, weights on the hips. We did hinge bridge for the second round. So playing around with the different variations. Hinge up, hinge down. Again, squeeze that ball at the top as you lift and lower. After 30, we came down. We took the toes onto the foot bar. And we didn't lift the heels high. We kept the heels kind of low and did a skull crusher. So press out, punch up, come back in. So pushing through the heels to hopefully fire up and feel a little more into the posterior chain, the back line of the body as we move in and out. I don't know what's wrong with this shoulder block over here. Keeps making noises. And then of course we came in, did our little pulses, pushing the heels down versus up. Okay, I already feel my inner thighs. And then 30 seconds, press out, come in. Now, with this last round of bridge here, weights on the hips, we hinged up. So hinge up, articulate down, keep the heels down. Hinge up, roll down through the spine, squeeze the ball. Hinge and roll, so it's a little combo. After your 30 seconds, set the ball down onto the floor, and then we went into single leg. So left leg, tabletop, right heel on, chest press. I feel that quad nice and fired up. We pushed out and in for 30 seconds. After that 30 seconds, we just came in and did pulses for 30 seconds. And yes, I kept everybody here for 30, and that's going to really challenge endurance and the quad, especially after the ball was just between the inner thigh. And then we go to left side, and we finish with our hug a tree. We go out and in, pushing through that left heel. Right leg is in that nice stable tabletop position. And we did our pulses up and down. Maybe just relax the toes, keep the hips heavy, little space in the low back. And then press all the way out, bring it home. Toes find the bar for those calf raises, of course. Pushing out, drop the heels under the bar, lift the heels back up, lower and lift out a hammer curl, down and up, or a tricep press. After your 30 seconds, alternate one heel down, one heel up, and switch, and switch. Keep it slow or speed it up. And after that, we finish with our foot massage, the best part, up and down. So I don't recommend this for new teachers, but I have so many flows just stored in my head and so many exercises that I honestly just made this up today. And then go up and down through the calf, right? Always have your start, have your finish to class. But yeah, today was just kind of a little improv, just flowing. Weights go down, and then I had everybody do one roll up. So exhale, we rolled up, and we dropped down to a red and a blue. And then we did a superset with hands and straps and more bridge because it is May, it is booty month. But I also wanted to work the upper body and also wanted to work the core. You know, that's Pilates. We took the ball with us, lay all the way back, but the ball goes between the ankles this time. And grab your straps. Now, we did small straps in hand, arms up, tabletop. I told them take it right into your progressions. So as you press, we crunch, reach, hands up, head down, knees in. So exhale, press, reach, squeeze that ball. Find your 100% position. Back up. We did this for 30 seconds. Our lat pull down. And then after 30, I tell them to press down, hold, but not pressing into the mat. Keep the arms at a hover so it's a little more active. Heads up, legs up, and then lower. Try to tap the ball on the foot bar, lift. I kept everyone here for about 15, 20 seconds. You can read the room, challenge them enough. And then hands up, heels down, squeeze the ball, articulate to bridge. And we were here for another 30 seconds, okay? On the red and the blue. And I did that on purpose because I want to challenge the hamstrings more. Now, tuck, peel, roll up, use the abs, roll down. After 30, we came down, open the arms, tabletop, press the hands in, and then I asked him to reverse it, okay? So as you open the arms, you're gonna open the legs, or reach the legs out. Exhale, press, tuck. So we inhale to open, exhale to pull it in. Stay in the crunch if you can, open, close. After 30 seconds, we held it here, find a turnout, and we did like a little froggy. Out, in, push, pull. Arms are lifted, squeeze the ball, about 15, 20 seconds. Arms up, heels down, and then we finished, we went to hinge after this. Okay, so this is the second round. So we hinge up, hinge down, tap the tailbone, try to keep that carriage pulled into the stopper the whole time. Squeezing into that ball, keeping your knees apart so you have that hip, knee, ankle alignment. After that, we finished with tricep press. So elbows down, tabletop, press, crunch, reach, and bring it back in. Okay, and I asked them to keep that little bit of a turnout here with the legs. We did our 30 seconds, then you guessed it, we held it. We just did a rotation, parallel to turnout, parallel to turnout, from the femur, in the hip, and then bring it down. We did have one more round of bridge, so I almost got confused. Hang up the straps, ball goes in the hand, heels are wide, and then we did our press outs. So lift the hips, go out and in. Super light spring is gonna start to fire up into hamstrings, okay? Your hips don't have to be super high to feel that muscle activation and engagement. And then we rolled down, did a quick windshield wiper side to side. Now, in sculpt class, in any intermediate class, I want to get everybody up and off their back almost immediately. That was a good, 15 minutes on the back, if not a little bit longer. But we came up, and I actually asked everybody to swing your legs off to your right side and then drop down to one blue, okay? And we did our flying planks here. So we did 2 rounds of flying planks, hands down, press out, find that plank hold. Started with our knee tuck. So as you come up, tuck your knee in, flamingo. Think toe ball heel as you land for 30 seconds. After that, we did a leg lift out to the side, so a little abduction, because it is booty month. I want to work the outer hip a little bit more here as well. We did that for another 30 seconds. Pretty sure I gave them a quick stretch. So front split stretch, square the hips and the shoulders, straighten that standing leg, come all the way in, and then we just hopped over immediately to the other side because I wanted to keep the energy up and going. Okay, we did 30 seconds of our flamingos here. Use the breath, and then 30 seconds abducting, taking that leg out and in. And then we brought it in, roll back on the heel, front split stretch. Shoulders are down and hips are squared. Then we come all the way in. I was, making today's class up. Don't do that. But I was like, what else can we do on a blue? This is where my thought process goes. I need to make sure I'm still recording. Okay. So what can I do on a blue? Different body position, okay? So we came down onto all fours, facing toward the back risers, hands on the metal frame, and I gave everybody an opportunity to do a little bit of a cat-cow, okay? Until everybody gets in, find your flat back, bring the hands out a little bit more, and then we did our reverse knee pull. So tuck the knees in and release. Upper body stays relatively stable here and connected. Shoulders down, neck long. Watch the feet, keep the feet pressing into the mat. After those 30 seconds, child's pose, we came back up, went to the right, and we did our oblique pull. So find a little bit more of a connection on that right side. As you tuck the knees in, cinch rib to hip and release. And then you guessed it, we went over to the left side, same thing, tuck, engage, left side waistline, and release it back. Upper body is stable. Find that core connection. And then release it back. Roll out the wrist. Okay. After about a minute and a half there, I said just slide your knees back just a tiny bit. Okay. Feet are hanging off the back side of the carriage. Hands are off the shoulder blocks. Another little cat-cow stretch here. And then I asked them to grab their right strap. We're going to put that on the foot. We're on the blue, so I asked them to go small strap because it's going to be a little heavier. Once you've got that, find your tripod, hang that right leg out, and we did our lift and lower. Square the hips. That leg will have to be abducted just slightly here, okay? So that leg goes out to the side so that we can have room. After 30 seconds, bend the knee in, push the heel back, squeeze the glute. Keep the shoulders anchored, neck long, abs working. Breath moving. And then we just flipped right onto our side. Make sure your hips are down and back toward the edge of the carriage there. Okay, on the elbow, bend and press. Need to go here. Bend and press in and out. Okay, hips are squared, spine is long, the shoulders are anchored. Find your form and your technique. After your 30 seconds, point the toes, sweep it forward. Now my body's in a different angle, which is going to put your hip at a slightly different angle. And everybody was feeling it for sure. After 30, bring it forward, toes down, pulse your heel up. So it's a medial rotation. Internal rotation is going to work your glute medius, the side of the hip. Just 10 seconds. Count them down from like 8 to 10. Everybody's going to be dying, okay? Hang up the strap. My favorite way to stretch is to work the abs. So then we just lay down right here. We're facing this way anyway. Single leg stretch, about 15 seconds. And then the hands behind the head, add a twist. But I asked everybody to slow it down. Add that twist. And then rest back. Big stretch, back pop maybe. Bring it up, and we do the other side. So all on that one blue. Everybody's sweating, everybody's working. We came up to all fours, and then we did left foot in the strap. Okay. I also had some clients where by this time their wrists were getting a little tired, so I said you're welcome to bring your elbows down onto the shoulder blocks, especially if your wrists are getting a little bit tired. I'm trying to work around the springs as you go down and up. We'll see how this goes. But I will ask them to keep the hands off the shoulder blocks because this puts them up into a different angle, okay? And we're more looking for like a long, flat back, neutral position. Do your bend and press after 30 seconds. Square the hips. Push that foot forward. Squeeze your glute. Slowly bring it in. And then we lay right down onto the side. Quick transition. Keep going with your bend and press here. Try to square your hips, lift out of your armpit. Okay. And then we go to sweeps. Point the toe. Forward and back. And then, you guessed it, bring it forward, turn the toes down, pulse that heel up for about 8 to 10 seconds. Hang up the strap. Okay, after that, we stretched it out again, but this time we're facing the other way. Roll back, we go right into scissor stretch. So I make it a little different, stretch those hamstrings out. Give them about 15 seconds here, and then hands behind the head, add a twist. This increases the challenge because your legs are straight. And of course, go down, big stretch. Add in the contrology, add in the mat work. It is so good. Now, we're back on the right side of the reformer, okay? And in the middle of class, I'm like, just making this up. What can I do on the right side of the reformer? Oh, I want to do some lunges, scooters, okay? But we need to make it heavy. So I asked everybody to go to 2 reds because we've been on the blue for pretty much the whole class, So we're going to do some standing knee stretch, standing scooters. Right foot's on the floor, left foot's against that shoulder block, hands are down, get low. We pumped it out and in. You've got those 30 seconds here with the 2 reds, okay? After 30, everybody brought it in. What can I do before I go to the other side? Maybe a little long stretch. I got those 2 reds on. Hand, foot, right up to plank. We go out and in. This is now more of a shoulder focus. It's a heavy spring, and I'm pushing away. I'm pulling it in. Squeeze the butt, tighten the belly, engage the quads, okay? And then we came down. We did a little classic knee stretch because that's such a great leg workout. So you want to sit your hips back. We did flat back. Extend the spine, look up, pump it out and in right here. We were here for another 30 seconds. Start the timer after everybody's done a few, okay? More is okay. And then we step right off to the left. We did our standing knee stretch here. Standing scooter, out and in. Get low, pump, push, okay? And then we rest. Okay, right about now, I had about a solid 10 minutes for some feet and straps. I'm gonna keep it on the 2 reds because I had them grab the ball for feet and straps. Now, lay back down. However you want to get in there, but let's see if I can do it this way. Okay, ball, feet, and boom, we're in. I start to press out, No, I started to lift and lower first. Okay, so up and down, hips are heavy, ribs are heavy, parallel position. We went up, squeeze the ball 3 times, go down, squeeze the ball 3 times. Okay, 30, 40 seconds. And then we go down and we started a dolphin tail. Bend the knees in, extend the legs up, sweep them down. Try to keep the ball stable and in control. 30 seconds this way. And of course, you guessed it, we're reversing. So we go straight up. Bend the knees, hamstring curl, press out. So straight legs up, press your heels toward your hips, push back out. After your 30 seconds, we then went into a little external rotation, lift and lower, and then one little froggy in and out. One lift, one lower, froggy in and out. So it's a little combo move. I even did this in my flow class. It's good for that body-mind connection, adding a little coordination challenge, okay? And then we did a little internal medial rotation. It's gonna fire up into the hip flexors. That's where I'm feeling it. Okay, about 30 seconds. Balls are gonna start to drop at this point. There's probably some other things you can do with that, but I wanted to take it out, happy baby stretch really quick, and then we're gonna start our leg circles. So come up, open, circle around and together. You might wanna keep it small until the inner thighs start to loosen up a little bit, and then you can reverse it. I always invite clients to close their eyes right here, coming inward, focusing on the breath. We went down and did a little bit of Peter Pan. Again, keep the tailbone anchored and heavy the whole time. Okay, and then we finished with some short spine. So parallel position, legs first, roll up, jackknife, find an external rotation, push my hips up, tuck the knees in, roll like a ball, back down, and press the legs back out, parallel. So hamstring stretch, roll up, little frog, tuck the knees in, roll back down, massage the spine. Feels so nice. And ending class, you should have about 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. Breathe in. Big exhale. Open straddle, maybe a little rock side to side. And breathe in and out. And then we go happy baby. Grab for your big toe or your feet. I just do this because like hammer toes, bunions are starting to happen. Not for me particularly, but I can just see my toes starting to go in a little bit. You know, it's so important to keep our feet kind of alive. So I like to kind of pull my big toe inward to discourage that bunion, that big toe growing that way. Happy baby, butterfly, arms down. I always like a little chest opener here. Breathe in and out. We want that big belly breath. So breathe into the belly. Breathe it all out. Your diaphragm, your pelvic floor all connect down here. So we want to see the bellies rise and fall. That way we know they're breathing in and breathing out, not just holding, contracting here the whole time. It's important to breathe into your abdominals to be able to relax your abdominals. Okay, and that was about the end of class for today. Hopefully that gives you guys a little insight into how I created a class kind of on the fly. I still want to get some upper body, a lot of focus on the lower body. 4-point kneeling, full body workouts are going to burn more calories. Kept everybody moving pretty much the whole time. We sprinkled in some contrology. I mean, the long stretch and the knee stretches and the knee stretch off, like the scooters that we do, that's all original contrology work, all original OG Pilates. I so appreciate that, especially in our market that's becoming so saturated, okay, I have been like, to move forward, we always have to look back. So I just so much more appreciate some of that original Contrology work as I move later in my career. So get creative, you know, throw in like some of the spice and some of the like new creative stuff that's evolved, but always come back to that root, come back to that Contrology, come back to like the OG Pilates. I think clients that are shopping around really appreciate it. I also had a conversation with my 10:30 flow class today, and they're asking me about my weekend because I went to Pilates on tour, and I told them 4 days, like 8-9 hours a day of just straight Pilates. And I was telling them that all of our instructors are comprehensively trained. I'm nationally certified. I was saying it's so important to know that about your instructors. What is their education? Are they comprehensive? That is just the foundation. It's so important to have that comprehensive education and then continue to learn, okay? I had my comprehensive education and I continue to learn through different like scopes, different corners of the industry. I'm not going to retake a whole nother teacher training, but I can do continuing education in classical, contemporary, you know, Balanced Body was putting this one on. So, yeah, keep learning from all the different corners. There's no right or wrong. It's just different perspectives. Joe Pilates taught his students all differently, and then they went off to evolve the work with their perspective. But it all comes back to the breath. Everything is whole body. Everything is connected. Doing it with intention. Now, I want to talk about intention because we're not asking clients to set an intention. We already have the intention of the class, okay? The intention of a sculpt class is to bring high intensity gym vibes. That's the intention. The intention of May is to work the legs, the booty, the quads, the lower body. We have those focuses already built in for you. We are leading the class, right? We're in control of the room and the clients are in charge of their, like we're in charge. That is one thing I learned this weekend was we're in charge of the room. The clients are in control of their body. So we're here to facilitate, promote autonomy, give options, but we are the leader. We're the teacher. So we need to plant our feet, stand tall, shoulders down and back, use your voice from your belly, not up here nasally, but like talk from your belly, command the room. Clients will feel that. They will pick up on that. They will continue to come back. When you're confident, when you're intentional, not when you're asking them what their intention is, but when you are centered in your practice, in, you know, basic biomechanics, and when you know what the intention is of why you're teaching, the clients will pick up on it. They will know, you know, that they can trust you, they can depend on you to give them a great workout. So the intention is already in the description. Clients don't come in and make up their own intention. They come to us to help guide them. Pilates is guided meditation. So we are the guide. We are facilitating. We are the leader. We are the teacher. We are the instructor, whatever you want to call it. We're a little bit of all of that. But you create the intention of the space. You need to be intentional with your self-practice, with what your focus is, what your theme is, and we made it pretty easy, you know, with that glute leg focus, of course throwing a little bit of everything else. But yeah, that class even could have maybe been a tone class. I would have just added a little bit more pulses and things like that. The tone and sculpt, you know, similar but different. Both intermediate, both should be a little more intense. The intensity level of those two classes should be very similar. But I would just add in a little more like bar-esque kind of vibes into that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will make a video of what I did in my flow class today. All the clients left so happy, loving it. They were like, that was so much fun. And you know, my 10:30 on Wednesdays should be an active aging class, but we are just calling all that, it's a flow class. But really, I teach to who is in the room, who's coming in with tight hamstrings, knee problems, back problems, wrist problems, you know, so many different things. So everybody's a little bit unique, broken foot. I'm going to cater the session to who's coming into the room. I'm going to drop into the space. Even if I had something planned, I might throw it out and be like, hey, well, we need to work on those tight hamstrings. We need to work on balance. We need to work on just fluid movements. So I'll make another video for that.